Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker comes all the way from Korea. He's currently the Broadband Commissioner. He's a Korean businessman and former Minister of Communications in Korea. He's a man who understands the power of this ICT arena quite clearly. His leadership ushered in the mobile Big Bang to Korea, introducing iPhone and reducing data tariffs by 88%. He's led various innovations, and his accomplishments have seen him garner a number of awards, the IEEE Distinguished Industry Leader Award and Asia Business Leader Awards. Please welcome the Broadband Commissioner, CEO and Chairman of Korea Telecom, Dr. Suk-Chae Lee.
Your Excellency, President Kagame of Rwanda, Your Excellency, President Museveni of Uganda, Your Excellency, President Compaore from Faso, Your Excellency, President Kenyatta of Kenya, Your Excellency, President Salva Kiir, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Your Excellency, President Keita of Mali, and leaders of international organizations, and distinguished heads of delegations and distinguished guests. I would like to congratulate you for holding this prestigious event to promote and support the transformation of Africa. And also, I sincerely appreciate your kind invitation to attend on this important occasion. I really thank you very much. I have some problem with my eyes, so I would like to take off my eyeglass. We all know the benefits of broadband, a significant driver of economic and social development. Therefore, I don't want to simply revisit familiar arguments here, such as it is an essential infrastructure for businesses, a fast-track approach to human resource development, it will enable the adoption of e-government solutions, or enable the best use of social infrastructure through the use of IT technology, as in Korea. Today, I would like to draw your attention to the more potential but more significant benefit, which I believe will become far more relevant and important to the fulfillment of the dreams of people of Africa. The biggest benefit of broadband is that it empowers you to utilize cloud computing to reduce the computing costs in the future dramatically. This can be compared to the electricity cost savings that contributed so much to strengthen the competitiveness of many countries, especially America, in terms of its significance. In much the same way, dramatically lower cost of cloud computing ultimately has the potential to strengthen the competitiveness of African entrepreneurs, businesses, and nations to a higher level. All of these being realized can also facilitate African Samal movement to achieve the goal of economic independence initiatives. More importantly, broadband combined with cloud computing will provide business opportunities on a much larger scale in cyberspace. Mobile broadband has made cyberspace as an open-ended universe of unlimited opportunities. This cyberspace is borderless, free digital trade area. It has no fiscal constraints, no tariffs, and almost no transportation cost. In the mobile broadband era, the door is open to anyone, including well-educated and talented individuals with limited resources. Software applications and various forms of contents, all derived from African origin and culture, can be made available for sale to global markets through the medium of cyberspace, thus creating job opportunities and enabling economic growth for Africa. In addition, ICT convergence trend driven by broadband and 3D printing is expected to bring the so-called third industrial revolution through a shift away from the traditional manufacturing paradigm. 3D printing allows for mass customization, thereby enabling the execution of long-tail market strategies and allowing small and medium-sized businesses to also develop competencies and overcome geographical barriers. In my view, developing countries can accelerate their productive economic activities by embracing this third industrial revolution driven by broadband and 3D printing, and developing relevant skilled human resources in Africa. Now, this all comes down to two key questions. Number one, for developing countries, what are the cheapest way and fastest ways of building a nationwide broadband network? Number two, in order to expedite economic and social development, how do you make the best use of the broadband network once it is built? For the first question, without any hesitation, I would like to say that 4G LTE is the answer. Given enough spectrum, it is possible to build a highly efficient and effective 4G LTE broadband network in a speedy way. The construction cost would only be around 1/10 of the cost of fixed line broadband and only 1/5 of 3G network. However, one critical and important question still remains. If a country has very limited financial resources, how can it possibly afford to build an LTE network in the first place? The answer lies in the public-private partnership model, which the Rwanda government and KT have adopted as the basis for a joint venture initiative. The competition-driven free market economy model, widely adopted in economically advanced countries today, is not appropriate, I think, for developing countries for constructing nationwide mobile broadband very fast. KT, in cooperation with the Rwanda government, has created a company called Ole Rwanda Networks to build a state-of-the-art nationwide LTE network. Now, for the second question, which is about making the best practical use of a broadband network, the Rwanda government and KT have also set up a second joint venture for the purpose of implementing e-learning, e-health, e-commerce, and e-government, and promoting sustainable network usage. It will also train people to effectively become ICT experts. In particular, e-learning solutions can be adopted and fully leveraged to develop human resources, which African countries arguably need most. In the context of this current disruptive transition phase, how should developing countries respond? Developing countries, for example, in Africa, do not need to follow the traditional and incremental steps of economic development. They should actively harness broadband technology by adopting a leapfrogging development strategy. They are in an ideal position to take full advantage of broadband since they are not impeded by legacy industries. The African continent is the place where the humankind originated and has been carrying the infinite potential for growth. The ICT would play as the key catalyst to unleash and realize this potential. Before closing, may I quote the famous African phrase that says, "If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together." KT would like to be a sincere partner to anyone who wants to go far. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, because of my eye problem, I missed naming and appreciating the distinguished leaders of several countries. Your Excellency, President Bongo Ondimba, whom I met in Korea. I'm sorry. Your Excellency, President Salva Kiir Mayardit of South Sudan, whom I respect greatly. I'm sorry. Your Excellency, President Museveni of Uganda. Sorry. Please apologize. My mistake. Thank you very much for listening.
Our thanks to the CEO and Chairman of Korea Telecom, Dr. Suk-Chae Lee. And I think the remedy for your eyes is to enjoy the lovely Rwandan cuisine. It has very medicinal properties. So enjoy your visit, and we certainly wish you well. But thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. And I think, again, the conversation continues about broadband, its effect, and how it can help solve a myriad of of challenges that we're facing. And as you said, perhaps because we're late in the game, we can get the very best straight off. So there's some advantages perhaps for being one of the final continents to get to the game, but we certainly probably can lead going forward because we don't have all of this legacy technologies around our necks. Right, now for an interesting demonstration of this technology, it's my great pleasure to welcome once again the Minister of Youth and ICT, Republic of Rwanda, Jean-Philibert Nsengimana, to join us once again.
Thank you, Peter. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I will just carry out a very brief demonstration of this LTE and show how it compares with the existing technologies that we are familiar with of 3G. So may I request the team which is there behind to put up a presentation that will show us the comparison in speed. There is a lady there, if she can wave. She has two telephones. One is loaded with a 4G LTE SIM card, another is a 3G SIM card. And I will ask her to run an application that it measures the speed, and you will see before your eyes the difference in the two technologies. Please start. You can see that on your left, the 4G LTE is climbing to about 100. The other one is still struggling to reach 0.5. Okay. It's no comment. It's no comment. Now, what does it mean in terms of experience? Someone trying to access a class online. Can you put up a YouTube video? So there is a Transform Africa teaser, a video. So the 4G LTE person is there, and the 3G is there. Can you try to download the Transform Africa video for us to see whether there is any difference? Okay. It is playing on one side already. The other one is trying to figure out how to get there. I think, okay, it is, yeah, it does happen. Yeah. Okay. So you can see that when you use a faster network, you get there fast. Now, this is a video. It's multimedia. It's a big industry that Africa needs to grow. But I will pick an example in the education sector and show you how this technology allows us to actually leapfrog many steps towards the 21st century education that our continent needs. On this side, on the far right side, you can see that initially we used to have, when we had 2G, there was no way of doing online education. It was just offline education. And you can see that in parallel, as we increase in speed, the cost actually falls. Now, with the 3G, we made a very, very big improvement from 2G. It was also a leapfrogging. We were able to do online, basically text education. But the difference in prices was very significant. From $120 per megabyte, per byte, to $30 per byte per month, per megabyte per month. That's a global average. Now, with the 4G LTE, ladies and gentlemen, excellencies, we are able to reach speeds to up to 150 megabyte per second, which is really the era of multimedia. You interact with people regardless of time, of places. And in the education sector, you no longer need to go to the class. The class comes to you. Thank you very much.